am I? Sino nga ba ako? It's easy to get stuck in uncertainty and fear. It's been so hard for everyone this year. The present-day realities have made us believe that the future holds nothing to look forward to. Now more than ever is the time to acknowledge our multifaceted strengths. When we boldly answer, I am, to the question, who am I? We're calling out to an explosion of beautiful affirmations about ourselves that we need to be reminded of so we can move forward with our inner compass directing us towards our ultimate goal, joy. The BDJ 2022 Power Planner is an invitation to show up and trust in the soulful alignment of yourself and of your dreams. BDJ will be here with you as you intuitively recognize and continue growing your greatness.
Sometimes it feels like every time we attempt to take a step forward, we find ourselves 2 steps back. Life may seem like an uphill battle, and the past may have felt limiting. If we consider the present to be a gift, though, then it's not just about the destination, is it? For 2022, Navi will help you embrace your adaptability and resilience. Now, we don't make you imagine what this uphill staircase looks like. We show you. Take an adventure from right where you are. Explore the present as you navigate your life guided by the compass of your own truths, values, and your unique journey to where you're meant to be. Experience Navi in a whole new way.
How is everything possible in a world full of uncertainty? Imagine the moon and how it embodies inspiration, renewal, and unwavering energy. Haven't you been waiting for the right time? The time when you can finally stop feeling like a victim and start living the life that you want. It's not too late. Just as the moon transitions, you will too. And for 10 years now, the Everything is Possible Journal has been helping people achieve their big and small goals. EIP approaches 2022 with a promise of renewal. Experience the 2022 Everything is Possible Journal shine on you like the light of the moon.
Are you focusing on what really matters? Do you feel like you live in a world where distractions and interruptions seem to never end? We know you need to be free. Free your mind of clutter and still your heart. Embrace this chaos and master quieting your mind with the Focus 2022 Journal. On its 7th year, it's all about accepting all of the phases we go through in life. Picture yourself courageously blurring out what no longer serves you. Take with you only what amplifies each step toward your goal. You will get what you focus on. Start building the tomorrow you want with laser-like clarity.
Who am I? Sino nga ba ako? It's easy to get stuck in uncertainty and fear. It's been so hard for everyone this year. The present-day realities have made us believe that the future holds nothing to look forward to. Now more than ever is the time to acknowledge our multifaceted strengths. When we boldly answer, I am, to the question, who am I? We're calling out to an explosion of beautiful affirmations about ourselves that we need to be reminded of so we can move forward with our inner compass directing us towards our ultimate goal, joy. The BDJ 2022 Power Planner is an invitation to show up and trust in the soulful alignment of yourself and of your dreams. BDJ will be here with you as you intuitively recognize and continue growing your greatness.
Hello, good evening, everyone. Hi. I hope you guys are enjoying or having a good Thursday. It's almost the end of the week. So, definitely, hello, sorry. Ayan. Nag-start na tayo. So there's around a few people already watching. Please don't forget that if you share this live, join the conversation, you get a chance to win 1,000 pesos worth of gift certificate from Lazada. So everyone, thank you for joining us. This week we are celebrating the Sweet 16 of BDJ. It's the 16th anniversary of BDJ. So the 2022 is really the 16th edition. Grabe, no? So there's a joke going around nga in our company na meron na akong dalaga. And the dalaga is the BDJ Power Planner. Kasi, yun nga, started it 16 years ago. Longest relationship in my life. Na aside from mga high school friends, but parang from my kids are not yet the eldest of my kids is just 5 years old. So I've just been married for 6 years, ganyan, and yet I have a 16-year-old, which is the BDJ Power Planner. Ayan, I will bring in my partner for tonight is M. Somera. She's my college barkada, and
Hi,
at
Dar.
the same time, she's also
Hi,
been part
Dar.
of BDJs almost in the beginning, but in different levels. Like una mga project management, ganyan. Sa
Those were the
events.
days.
Yeah, those were the days. And then ngayon, she's really part of the whole company already. And I wouldn't have been able to grow this company without them. So,
Naks naman,
guys, we
Dar.
are
Iyak na
here.
ako.
We are here
Hi.
in our
Hi.
16th anniversary. Ayan.
Hi, Bellas. Hi, Dar. Sorry, technical issues ako kanila.
That's okay. So, in the next 30 minutes, before we start our episode for tonight with
Third
our
episode.
third episode with our coaches, we're here to share more about what BDJ has in store for you guys this 2022. So, we're sharing this for the people who have not yet who doesn't know about this. So I hope you guys bear with us, the people who've watched, who've stayed with us for the past 2 days. And siguro meron kaming repeated shares with the BDJ
Mm.
Power Planner. Kasi we felt like, hindi talaga namin na-explain lahat talaga ng benefits or parang what you're getting with your 2022 BDJ Planner. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, okay, ikaw, how do you feel about our team for BDJ
Oh
this
my
year?
God. I relate to this so much. I have an experience of courage just the past week. So, di ba, we're planning with courage and our theme tonight. So, naisip ko nga on the way to this live, wow, it's so apt. It's so relatable for me. And maybe for most of us then. So, the Bellas who are watching, kung meron na, maybe you can also chime in or maybe pusuan nyo na lang. Lagyan nyo na lang ng emoji kung may experience of courage din kayo recently. So, ano pa ba? Actually, I was also thinking, Dar, that we haven't talked about the coupons. And I was
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
ask you on the way here, what your favorite part of BDJ 2022 is? Kasi ang dami, di ba? Ang
Ang
dami. And that's
dami, ang
why
dami,
we
ang
have
dami.
these lives nga. So parang, for me actually ito, one of my favorites. Um, bakit ko siya favorite, yung Perks of a Bella? Alam naman na ng Bellas to that we have the coupons year on year. Pero parang everybody who's been seeing the coupons booklet, parati yung reaction sa akin, wow, ang dami. Kasi totoo nga, 68 coupons tayo this year. And I
Mm-hmm.
remember, since I've been doing this with you ever since, parang minsan 60, minsan 64. Yun usually yung
Yes,
count
correct,
natin for
correct.
coupons. But for this year, it's 68. And we have so many brands now. And actually, kung ako sa Bellas, planuhin nyo rin kung kailan nyo gagamitin. And
Correct,
alam mo yon,
correct.
68 to eh. So, paano mo siya masusulit? Eh, 53 weeks lang in 1 year. So, kailangan every week, meron ka at least one na ginagamit. And ang okay dito this year, Dar, I don't also know if you're aware, but there are coupons that they can use starting,
Online.
oo, and starting
Ay,
November,
sorry.
pwede na nilang
Starting
gamitin.
November. Correct,
Yeah,
correct.
so for example, if you missed the Zen Nutrients 1111, which was a very, very generous offer, they can use already the Zen Nutrients coupon starting this November. So pagkakuha mo ng planner, pagka-deliver, gamitin nyo na agad. Pwede na for Zen Nutrients, for some coupons lang. Then another brand is Kind Jewelry. So this is owned by our friend si Karin, who we met all those years way back pa in SM when she was still
Correct,
in
correct.
corporate in SM. But Karin has now moved forward to have her own tailoring brand, which is Masanting Sastreria. And
Mm-hmm.
also this Kind Jewelry. So that's the second coupon, Kind Jewelry. You can use it if you want to gift your mom or your sister or your best friend or maybe even yourself with jewelry. Baka you want to check out the Kind Jewelry coupon in the 2022 BDJ Perks of Abella. Ano pa ba yung isang brand? Yung favorite pa, Dark, Kim Store.
Mm-mm. Kim
Kim
Store,
Store is
so
also usable already this
yes.
November. O,
Mm-mm.
diba? So, yun. This is my favorite part of ano. And also, shout out to Cha who worked so hard on this. O, diba?
Happy
Birthday
birthday,
pa
Cha.
niya.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday! Yan. So, ang daming coupons ni 2022. Sulit siya. Actually, this is part of, the coupons have been a big part of Belvedere every year.
Correct,
So, I
correct.
hope hindi naman maano, hindi naman ma-down ang ano, mga Bellas when they see kasi sobrang dami talaga. And there are a lot of new brands as well.
Correct.
Puritan's Pride, a recent new brand partner, is part of this. And then we have coffee options as well. So, check nila yon. Ano pa ba? We have House of Lasagna. O, na pwedeng for occasions next year, pwede na lang i-order. Pwede lang gamitin. Then, meron tayong page na puro sustainable options actually. Like
Correct,
the
correct.
Bamboo Company, EcoShift, Loop, and of course, Zen Nutrients, as I mentioned. Yan. Dami
Mm.
nating offers.
Yes.
The,
Sobrang
the
ano,
usuals are still here though, so don't be, huwag kayong kabahan. The usuals like Wacoa, Mood, Strip, and Brow House, Costal, they're also still here.
yes. See? So exciting. Yung hindi ko sure kung
Ito,
nasulat niyo ba yun yung sa Bizu. Buy one, get one
actually,
free box of 14 macaroons.
alam mo nga, Dar, suggestion ko, since planning ang topics natin, dapat isulat na nila kung kailan nila gagamitin eh. Like the Bizu, pwedeng Mother's
Mm.
Day gift yon,
Correct,
right?
correct. Or when you
Pwedeng,
guys have handa, 'di ba? Pag kunwari, kailangan niyo ng dessert. Kasi, ano siya eh, ang dami nun. Ang
yeah.
dami nun eh. So, parang
And
if you
it's
have like a,
impressive. It's
yes,
beautiful.
correct, correct. Um, And anyway, parang yun nga, there's really a lot of value that you can get with the BDJ planner. The coupons, we really pinipilit talaga yan ni na M and in the chat. Like parang which are the ones that are relevant to you guys. So kaya yung when M mentioned like the sustainability brands na parang kasi syempre there are trends talaga right now na we want to be able to minimize like plastic. So
Mhm.
there's Eco Shift that's here. Loop is also here. Bamboo Company is also here. These are the new brands that we also, syempre, we want to be able to encourage to support. And syempre sa mga Bella Mommies out there, meron din tayong mga items for the Bella Mommies. So, um, meron tayong
Ito,
Baby Hub.
storage
Baby Hub is there.
solutions.
Storage solutions.
Yung
It's
mga mommy na
anything that you're
OC.
organizing. Ito, Baby Hub, you get a 10% off. And there are many more talaga. So it's really super sulit. If you need like to improve your immune therapy, you can go with Centro Holistico
Uy, ang
for
laki
a
nito, Dar.
30% off.
30 off.
Yeah.
Bakit hindi natin to gamitin?
Gamitin natin yan soon.
Kailangan natin
Okay.
to bago
Mm-mm.
mag-40.
Correct,
Ito,
correct.
this one. I like this one. We have an artsy craftsy coupon set. which is Papamel Roti, Tokyo Fines,
Yes.
Wrap It Up, and Where to Next.
Mm-mm.
So, pag hindi pa kayo happy with BDJ, kailangan nyo na isa pang planner. Maganda po
Or
ang,
other paper products. I love papel
yeah.
merotti.
Mm-hmm.
So, and so you really have a lot of things here lined up.
O may Shopee tayo at saka
Yes.
National
National Bookstore.
Bookstore. Oh,
Yes.
pati ako na-excite. Nakalimutan ko po na may ganun kahit ako yung gumawa nito.
Yes. So, ayan, guys. There's really a lot in store with your BDJ Perks of Abella coupon.
There's
And,
also this new brand dar. Plug lang natin si Silky Girl.
yes, Silky
'Diba? From our
Girl.
friends
Yes.
at Revlon.
Mm-mm. So, it's
So,
a
this
new
is new makeup
person
brand.
makeup brand, but they have personal care stuff also, so you guys
Yeah.
should check them out kasi they're really good quality products at a very good value price, like they're cheap. We're not, but
Lower
sobrang ganda ng
price.
items, lower items, yeah, so
Lower
sulit
price
siya.
than Revlon. But since it's
Mm-mm.
from Revlon, same quality yung expectation, 'di ba?
Yes. Mm-mm. So we also still have our magnetic bookmark. Nandyan, pasok pa rin siya sa BDJ planners natin. Tapos, syempre, the reason that we're doing this live this
Mhm.
week is because we also want to feature what you're gonna get when you're gonna scan your BDJ planner. So,
Mhm.
one of the beliefs or core namin sa BDJ is that when people say, "Oh, we're just doing this na parang yung mga planner parang medyo retro, it's in the past. Right now, there's really a lot of technology na. So, nagpa-plan na ako using my phone or my computer or my Outlook, all these online calendars." Hindi naman kami nagdi-disagree. Just to let you know,
Mhm.
we actually plan, 'di ba? Parang actually ever since the beginning remember pag nagsa-survey tayo, majority of the BDJ users really use tech and
And
planners
paper
at the same paper at the same
together.
time, because it's all about your getting things done system. So,
Mhm.
kaya ever since before, actually, medyo geeky din talaga ako sa tech. Kaya, I
Mhm.
think it was 5 years ago. Ganun na katagal Nag-start na tayo with a version of virtual reality.
Yeah.
QR code.
Hindi tayo
So,
QR code doon Zapper.
Zappar. We did a Zappar
Oo.
code for 2 years. And then, so I think this is the fifth year talaga na
Na may code.
may code tayo. And for those who got the 2021 planner and not sure na, hala, may QR code pala dyan. Every month, you can scan it and you can actually see content from us. Like, how can you use your monthly spread? So,
Mhm.
may video yan na parang it's a guide na how do you use your monthly spread. Then, number two, pwede mo ring, meron din kaming content in terms of like wallpapers, desktop. So if you're not yet part of the Bella tribe, please do join in. You can search it in Facebook, the Bella tribe, and check it out for all the Bellas. Nag-share yung mga Bellas Okay, start na ng month, tapos nag-change na sila ng mga desktop wallpapers nila, mobile wallpapers. So it's really fun to see and nice to see
Mm.
kasi syempre pwede natin lagyan din ng sarili-sarili nating affirmations. But what's new for 2022 is ikaw magsabi. What's
Siyempre,
new
yung
for
coaching
22?
experiences. Kasi,
Mhm.
I resonate so much. Napa-backtrack ako sa sinabi mo, Dar. Um, BDJ is such a progressive brand. No, ang dami na nating digital offerings dati pa. So,
Correct, correct.
ngayon, hindi na talaga pwede na wala kang non-physical offer eh, di ba? Aside from the
Correct.
tactile planner, kailangan meron ka pang more. We've been doing this years ago. So ngayon,
Yes.
syempre, our star for this series of lives is the coaching experiences, which
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry that Jazz isn't able to be here today or tonight with us kasi project baby ni Jazz to. But yon, ito yung actually star ng ating whole series kasi from the QR, maa-access nyo na. Maybe you can try it, Dar. I tried it actually. When you
Okay.
scan it, so ito, diba? We've been talking about coaching experiences. So how do you access it? Just buy a BDJ planner and then go to any of the dividers. Go to the
Sorry, nakuha ko
monthly,
yung blank version ng BTJ.
yung
Yung mga
sample.
sample ko. Chay.
Ako dala ko na, naalala ko na siya dalhin today. This is
Okay.
mine, by the way. I had it customized. Oh.
Yo,
So,
I
Bellas,
am
pwede
live.
nyo ipa-customize yung planners nyo.
Okay. So
Yan. So, I
here,
scanned that same code. Actually, any of the QRs, you can scan it. And then, dito kayo dadalhin. O, di ba? Ang ganda-ganda ng ating landing page.
mhm,
Yan. So, it's the landing page already na secret sa atin na Bella community. So, dapat may planner ka. So, so you can access this. And then, naka-detail na dito on how we will
ang
be
hirap pala.
able to, mahirap siya pag, ano eh,
Oo,
nakatapat.
parang tinatry ko ipakita guys, kaso lang hindi ko ma-press
Kaya
yung
ni-ready ko na
button.
siya.
Oo.
Yan.
Ayan. So, most of the phones right now, 'di ba, you can already
Mm-mm. Ganda!
scan. So you just press it and then you'll be led to this landing page, the coaching series, and you have
Mm-hmm.
to sign up. So
Yeah,
because
important
now,
they have to sign up ah. Kasi kung hindi ka
yes,
mag-sign up, even if clinic mo yung QR mo, wala kang mapupuntahan.
correct, correct.
So, we have to enroll you in the coaching experiences program talaga. So, you have to sign up. It's free naman, don't worry. Basta
Oo.
may planner ka na, it's free.
Yes, correct,
Yun.
correct. So you just need to scan it and then you will be asked to register and will be able to give you the access to an application and you
Mm-hmm.
will be able to access our coaches. So we have one coach per month that will focus on the theme for the month. So for January is I am joyful, 'di ba? So
Nice.
sobrang exciting to,
Welcome the
guys.
year with joy talaga.
Welcome the
Oo.
year with joy. Because I know a lot of us, 'di ba? Parang meron talaga eh. We can feel it in the air and we can feel it
It's the
amongst our
energy of the
friends.
world, no?
Yeah, the energy of the world right now is really there. Everyone's tired in one way or another, right? Whether mentally, physically, ano,
Na-stretch kasi
psychologically,
tayong lahat eh.
stretch na
Na-stretch talaga.
stretch, stretch na stretch.
Oo.
So, essentially, parang na-feel ko rin, na ano, this is one of our ways na we want to help our community. We want to help you guys be able to really just help yourself in terms of parang how can you lift yourself up coming from this place of parang languishing state, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
sobrang
Ito, Dar, I want to add something because we're talking about scanning and signing up, diba? So signing up is
mm,
really important. Why? In coaching speak, coaches really have to ask permission to coach you. So it's our way of asking permission. Bellas, can we help you? Can we assist you in your
mm,
journey? So if the answer is yes, sign up for free because coaching is a commitment not just on the coachee, but also
mm,
on the coach. Because the coach will hold space for you eh. And in all of these months that we're having coaching, para kaming may ginagawang 12 virtual safe spaces for the
correct,
Bellas. Kasi
correct.
12 yung coaches. So, lahat ng 12
Yes,
coaches nag-hold space for all of us. With their
correct.
permission, of course. So,
Yes.
kailangan talaga mag-sign up.
Kitty, it's only available in the BDJ Power Planner. So this is really our gift that comes with the BDJ planner in our 16 years. So every year more or less we well hindi naman every year, but we really try to add like an element of parang
May
value that we add.
innovation.
May innovation kami talagang dinadagdag. So the innovation this year is actually two. So one is the coaching experience and the number two is the virtual
The virtual
reality.
reality.
We worked for the past few months with a Filipino content creator who creates 360-degree videos. So let's say pupunta siya ng Batanes. Tapos you can view his pictures and his video and may meditation music and voice kaming ibibigay for you. So if you need help for that month, let's say to get into that space of I am joyful, you can actually start with a meditation track that we prepared especially for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you use this, the VR goggles, to use with your phone. You scan from your, you'll be able to access it after you scan it. And then, yun, you can travel to different locations all over the Philippines.
Actually,
So,
Dar, ang galing talaga ng BDJ. Sorry, nagbubuhat tayo ng bangko. Pero kasi, bakit? Bakit may meditation? Bakit naisip natin yon? Kasi baka mamaya hindi pa ready for coaching. Diba? Pag-isip ka
yes.
muna. Allow us to
Mm-mm.
guide you to be grounded first. Then pag
Mm-hmm.
ready ka na for questioning, for conversations na medyo difficult, ayun, doon ka na sa coaching experiences. Hindi naman yan mawawala, di ba, Dar? It's always
Hindi
accessible
siya
as long as you
mawawala.
have the
It's
planner.
accessible as long as you have your BDJ planner.
And kahit na
So,
mismo in January, pwede mo balikan. Kung kailan ka
yes,
ready, we will
correct.
wait for you to join us in our virtual safe spaces.
Yes, yes. But definitely if you join us on the week that we are releasing the videos, there are different perks that you will get. So
Uh-huh.
kung ready ka and you can listen and you can just show up, we will be giving like special benefits for that because our coaches are going to be with us especially for that month. So I hope you guys like take advantage of that. Kaya in this the next starting ng Tuesday, we've been introducing our coaches one by one. So tonight
Mm-hmm.
we have another three coaches that will be gracing us tonight. So if in case you're one of the people who weren't able to watch the day one and day two, please check out our Facebook page kasi meron pa namang replay. Pwede nyo pa rin
Team
siyang panoorin.
replay.
Team replay. So, and
And
today, we
so,
will
you can warm up din with the coaches kasi ang gagaling nila. Right? They're so
sobrang galing.
amazing. I've been
Yes.
watching the first 2 days and sobrang engaging. I mean, might be scary kasi for some people who are new to coaching, right? So, just so that you get to know them a little, tune in because
Yes.
coaches are so good at empathy and um, knowing the right question to ask. So take
Mhm.
advantage, Bellas, kasi ang mahal magpa-coach, ha? I mean, taking it from experience, no? So not
Oo.
everybody, we know that not everyone can afford to have a coach, and Dara and I are
Correct.
very privileged that there are many people coaching us. We are
Yes.
products of coaching ourselves.
Correct, correct.
So we desired to bring this to the community also because we have experienced so much breakthroughs and transformations because of the coaches that have guided us along the way. So, yon, exciting talaga. In a couple of minutes, actually, they'll be live, and I'm also gonna
Mm.
tune in because interesting din yung topic natin today, which is planning with courage. I see
Yes, yes.
Celine is here. Hi,
Sel
Coach. Best wishes.
Pati si
Kakakasalan ni Coach
Miqo.
Celine. Hi,
Yes.
Miko.
Yeah. So, nasa backstage na sila guys. We're just a few mere minutes kasi we're waiting for one more coach. So, but
Baka may
ready your
Q&A ang
answers.
audience.
Oo. Ready your questions pala. Ready your answer. Ready your questions. Ayan. Para we can ask our questions para sa coaches natin. We can learn more about them. And then we can see also how they can help us kasi the goal naman talaga for the past few days and until tomorrow is for you guys to get to know our coaches so para ready tayo sa 2022. But
Mm-hmm.
we really encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity of experiencing our coaches, and then we hope that you will be able to take away a lot from your
Mm-hmm.
experiences with them. And meron pang kasama yung mga downloadables. So, imagine meron na tayong how to yung special pages natin. Number two, yung desktop mobile wallpapers natin makukuha natin sa QR code. Number three, meron pa tayong coaching experiences. Number four, meron pa tayong downloadables na related to our affirmation for the month. And number five is the meditation, the virtual reality meditation. But the virtual reality meditation, you will need this
The
VR
goggles.
goggles that you can get in our website. Right now, if you
There is a promo.
purchase, yeah, there's a promo. If you purchase a minimum of 1,499, just input free VR and you get this for free. The value of this one is 650 pesos. So parang sulit na sulit siya, guys.
Sulit na. Grabe naman talaga. Wala pa tayong price increase, ha?
Okay. So ayan guys. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask us. And in a few moments, we will be bringing in our coaches. Ayan. So excited yung mga bellas nang natin. Sabi niya, team replay, sabi ni Cherry. She'll do team replay to check the videos. Yes, thank you BDJ for including coaching sessions. Yes. Kasi believer talaga kami ng coaching. In fact, the 4 days ito, we put in the pillars of our parang the kind of support system that we feel that we need at this time. So number one was journaling, 'di ba? Journaling is one of the cheapest way you can give to yourself for mental health. Like journaling for clarity, journaling for self-love, 'di ba? You just release like whatever parang thoughts you have in your head,
Anxieties,
anxiety.
depressive thoughts.
Yeah,
Careful tayo, Bellas, kasi thoughts become things, di ba? So,
correct.
kakaisip niya ng bad, baka yun yung nangyayari. So, i-journal away niya na lahat ng
Oo,
stress.
journal so it will be released and then you don't have to carry it on a day-to-day basis. Then of
Mhm.
course, the meditation. So the meditation we do encourage it kasi lahat tayo eh and syempre 'di ba minsan may misunderstanding na meditation kailangan ba super quiet, kailangan ba sobrang ano tahimik tapos
Nag-out of
kailangan
body
serious, nag-out
experience
of beer.
ka.
Oo, hindi siya gano'n. It can be as simple as a 1 minute, 30 seconds, 2 minute parang pausing. And it can
Mhm.
even be, 'di ba, parang one of our coaches ano eh, cleaning, 'di
Yeah,
ba?
anything repetitive
Cleaning,
actually.
anything repetitive, even when you're taking a bath, you can just do
Or
a
driving
meditation.
for me.
Driving,
Kasi
yeah.
yung motions, kabisado na ng
Yes.
body ko
It's
eh.
really a way of presencing, like just feeling and being in the present. That's in
Mhm.
terms of meditation. And today, of course, we're going to talk about planning. Na how do we plan with courage when I have so much fear inside me, 'di ba? Lahat naman tayo may fears eh, 'di ba? So how do we handle that? And for tomorrow, our last day is that we're going to talk about coaching. So that's why parang the four pillars, but definitely each of our coaches can share about journaling, meditation,
About
planning,
all.
and about all.
They won't be
So,
effective coaches naman eh if they aren't, if wala sila nung apat na yon, di ba? Because everybody needs some me time, quiet time. Everybody needs some journaling time.
correct,
Everybody,
correct,
yun talaga. That's why we thought of this four-part series, right? Because it's like
correct.
everything you need to feel fully supported in creating a life you love.
So
I think
guys,
nandyan na sila.
nandiyan na sila lahat, pero
Mm-hmm.
magre-remind lang ako of our promos. Don't forget that if you share or tag your friends and with this FB Live, you can get a chance to win a 1,000 peso GC from Lazada. And then we also have a lot of promos for this month. For the exclusive Sweet 16 promos, meron tayong 15% off on all our 2022 planners. We also have the Sweet 16 packages. So, meron tayong dalawa.
Hello? Nawala ba si Dar? Or ako? Okay. Um, okay. So Dar was talking about the promos. I'm just gonna wait for her to come back in because she's going to be the one who will moderate the session with our three coaches. So excited ako to listen because I haven't heard from Coach Celine and Miqo and Coach Rezza in a while. The last time we had Rezza was in the last Freedom to Dream pa in Shangri-La. So, yon. What a productive session tong night na to. Ayla, do you want to bring the coaches in? Maybe we should have them in and then Dar can just chime in. Sayang yung time. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. Okay, I'll talk about the promos na lang daw muna. Ayun na siya. But okay, the Dar was talking
I'm
about
back.
the
I'm
Sweet
back.
16. Ayan.
The Sweet 16 package. So sorry na harangan si M. So meron
Okay
tayong
lang.
Sweet 16
Go,
package. You
go.
get like around 20%, tama ba to? Or 40% off. 40%, oo, 20% off the Sweet 16 package. And then meron din tayo for we keep on forgetting about this, the design. So if you guys actually love washi tapes, love stickers, nagsushow ba? Hindi siya
Yep,
nagsushow.
it's showing. I see it.
There, meron din kaming design bundle. So we have washi tapes and parang the value is over 2,000 pesos but you can just get it at 1,600 pesos. So super sulit siya. So you can check it out in shop.ilovebdj.com. And ayan, sorry, I'm back. And thank you, M, for joining me. I will
Of
proceed with
course.
the formal part of our program.
Enjoy.
Okay,
Bye.
thank you. Ayan, guys. So we're excited to really introduce our speakers for tonight kasi they have been friends talaga. Our friends for the past few years, like they've been part of our lives na talaga. So tonight we're gonna talk about planning with courage kasi it is said that it takes courage to succeed. But what does courage really mean for you? So as we plan our lives, we are constantly faced with fears. So kaway-kaway dyan yung mga madaming fears. Kasi I'm part of that. Like I'm also sometimes parang fear is paralyzing. So there's fear of failure, fear of change, fear of the unknown, but behind those fears, there's really still the possibility of us being able to move forward. So that's why on our day three of our Sweet 16 live specials, we're going to talk about planning with courage. And tonight, we are joined by our coaches, positive psychologist, Gallup certified strengths coach, Celine Sugay-Costales, energy healer, Miqo Dioniso, and founder of FemPower FemPower coach Rezza Custodio-Soriano. And with that, let's bring them in. Hello. Hi,
Hi.
guys.
Hello.
Hi, Dar. Good evening.
Good
Good evening,
evening.
Hi,
everyone.
hi, Miko.
Hello.
Hi, Celine. Good evening.
Hi,
Hi,
Celine.
Reza. Hi,
Hi,
Miko.
Reza.
Nice to be
Ayan.
here.
Sorry, medyo
I didn't get
Exciting.
the
malapit ako.
memo. The word black.
Tayo, and the matching
Match,
tayo.
match tayo sa
Tapos
taas.
matching sila sa baba.
Yeah.
Sorry if I'm medyo malapit ako sa sa screen kasi I was Coach Reza also is experiencing maybe a little the volume is a little bit low on our end. So I don't know if it's the
Yeah.
internet connection or the iPad or
Sa akin
so I have to lean
nag-improve.
over to here.
Nag-improve
Yeah,
siya.
nag-improve ako. I just tightened my Bluetooth
Oh,
earset.
so if
Mm.
you okay, let me
I
get
have earbuds also,
Yes,
my
so
earbuds
that
yes.
might
also.
help.
All
Sige,
right.
sige.
Sige
Ayan,
lang.
guys. Oh, so while waiting for Miko, we can go do our check-in first with Coach Reza
Sure.
and Celine first. Okay, so may question tayo dito. Parang, I guess, sa start lang na parang in this fourth quarter of 2021 or in this past 20 in this past year, what does
Hmm.
this season of life look for you?
Celine, you want to go first?
Yeah.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Oh, sige, ako na lang.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, sige. Season of life. Actually, 2021 has been very good, very kind to me. 2020 and 2021, despite the pandemic. because this is the year, well, last year pa, that's when I decided to finally focus on being a transformologist and a full-time women's coach. It was
Wow.
scary. It was scary to jump because remember, Dar, di ba, I made you kwento that I used to be a co-founder of a data science company.
Correct, correct.
Yeah, I used to co-own a data science company, but I let go of that to focus on coaching after 11 years. So now, Q4 2021, I'm just excited
Wow.
for 2022. I'm excited for next year because I don't know, I just really have this really good feeling. And it's just about siguro sticking to my intentions and staying focused on that one. Of course, also moving forward with faith and courage. And courage. Huwag kalimutan ng theme, di ba? It's about
Mm.
courage.
Thank you, Coach Reza. How about you, Celine?
So for me, I think it's very similar with Raza. 2020 and 2021 has actually been pretty kind, pretty good to me. I think last year had more courage needed, especially with personal plans. But this time around, I'm in a season of waiting and looking forward. So really more on a personal basis, waiting because I got married in June, and then after 2 weeks, my husband left, and we were on LDR. So we were on a long
Oh,
distance relationship.
wow.
Oh.
Okay.
He came here to get married, then he flew off again and left me here. So
Wow.
the looking forward part is definitely,
Interesting.
looking forward to finish the year strong. As I end the year jam packed with coaching sessions and workshops. So that's really exciting that, even with the holidays coming up, people continue to invest in themselves. And then also looking forward because my husband's coming back for
Yay!
Christmas. Yay! So
Yay!
yes. And it's going to be officially our first Christmas together ever.
Oh,
So we've never
yeah.
spent Christmas together. So yeah.
Exciting, exciting. How about you,
Wow.
Miko? Kamusta naman? I think there's a slight lag.
Well, while I was listening to the two coaches, I was like, sana all. Can you hear? Is it clear?
Yes, yes. Okay na.
Is it clear? Is
Yes,
my audio clear? Okay.
Yes,
it is.
yes.
It is.
So I was like, oh my gosh, sana all. Kasi it was, well, for me, I work in retail also. Apart from being an energy healer, I'm also chief operations officer of a local retail brand. So for me, it was just very challenging. So the past, I mean, ever since this year started, but it has brought a lot of, obviously, a lot of lessons for not just for me, but for the whole team, and I think it applies to everyone as well. It was just like lesson after lesson after lesson that sometimes you can just ask for a little bit of break. So yeah, I think it is like the meditation really helped a lot with um trying to keep our heads afloat or above water, to cope up. So we have our own ways of coping up. So yeah, I mean, but for the past few days, since it's the holiday season, it has been really good for us. It's the scene is getting better. So
Yeah. Actually, diba, I mean, I know Celine, Coach Reza, and Miko knows this about us also, na kami din, we're also in that season of really reevaluating all our processes, all our systems, where we are, because parang the
mm,
pandemic really has thrown our business off
mm,
the loop. Na parang, okay, now suddenly we're not really sure how we're gonna do things or how we're supposed to be doing things to be able to
mm,
sustain things. So, but it's
mm,
really, I guess, what's common
mm.
across all of us is really that it's a time for learning. It's a time for
Yeah,
getting to
agree,
know ourselves better, diba? And it's a time for
agree.
courage. It's really the time for
It
courage.
is.
And ayan, so actually one of the things that we started when we started this with other coaches, we wanted to you guys to share with us and the rest of the community, like, what is your origin story? Like, how did you get into your chosen discipline right now? Do you want to go first, Coach Celine?
Sure. So I am actually a licensed psychologist. That's where I started off. And how I really got into that was I was good with kids. I was good with people and I was good with kids. And I was good specifically with differently abled kids. And I just had this magic with it. And so that's what led me to psychology. That I was thinking, okay, maybe that's what I want to do. I really wanted to do something with that has to do with people. And then I went through after graduating, I did a lot of counseling and therapy, but there was just something missing in it. I knew I was helping people, I was good at it. And then I discovered strengths. So I discovered the Clifton Strengths Assessment. I had taken it, and then it just made total sense. It just gave me like a different shift, a different insight into what I was doing. And I was like, oh, okay, so there's actually something else out there that isn't very focused on disorders and disabilities and things that are wrong with people. And so then I discovered the world of strengths and the world of positive psychology. And so I shifted into that, and then I really started just specializing in the field of positive psychology.
Thank you, Coach Celine. How about you, Miko?
Ang saya. Ang saya. Ang saya. Well, yung origin ko is like a roller coaster. So, iniisip ko, enough ba yung time? Like, so I just
Why
sit
ba?
there,
Shortcut version yung akin. So,
shortcut. Yeah,
Ah.
shortcut. That's what I was thinking, a shortcut version. So, I am a graduate of fine arts, a master's in industrial design. So the first few years working professionally, I've been a designer for different advocacies, SMEs, also designing for SMEs here in the Philippines. And then I finally got into fashion. So I was designing for a local brand. And then it was maybe about 8 years when I felt like I needed it. I read it's such a cliche, but I literally heard a calling. Like it was an actual voice. So um maybe Coach Celine can help me. No, I'm just kidding. Um
Sure.
I heard the calling and I knew I had to just jump ship, but not into another retail scene, but to healing myself. So I ventured into self healing. I've met a few people, my mentor, into coaching me into holistic healing. So I've become, over the years, I've been practicing energy healing for maybe about 7 years already. So, naku, nag-math na tayo. 8 years plus 7. Nabuo na. Yeah, for maybe about 7 years. And during the time, I, I'm a certified energy Reiki healer, Usui Reiki healer, level 3. I'm also a certified Access Consciousness Bars practitioner. And also professionally, I'm doing readings, intuitive coaching, and channeling. So, and I'm holding also sound bath meditations, but I haven't held one in like ages since uh, last Wednesday
Baka yung
lang. Yeah. So,
yung Wednesday. Sasabihin ko ba, baka yung
yeah.
last one na sa office pa natin dati.
The actual
Yung
physical,
live
yes.
or,
It was the
oo.
last. Yes, it
Yeah.
was that was the last one na live, no? Because last
Mm-mm.
year, I think it was July, nag Zoom sound bath pa ako. Tapos,
Mm.
yun na yung last. So maybe about what 16, 18 months. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there. So that's my story. Sorry, hindi pala tapos. And then I became a COO. I started out as a um what they call as a consultant with Olivia Manila Incorporated, and then I was promoted COO just last year. And then that's where the puzzle actually like fit because I've been, and thank you, Coach Celine, for um, were you the one that Dar was introduced to yung sa
Strengths
Strengths Finder
finder sa
because Dar
company natin.
introduced.
Yeah.
Kasi Dar introduced me to Strengths Finder, and that's how I knew that my number one strength is strategic, and so I applied it. So
Sabi
It
pareho
hasn't made
tayo,
sense
ah.
to me why I was. Oh, so tatlo tayong strategic ngayon.
Uy, love it.
Sorry,
High
so sorry.
five, mga strategic.
Yay! And so I got to apply it. Nag-fit yung puzzle. Like my intuitive coaching strategies are obviously very instructive. And so I just merged it and applied it to my COO role. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Yes, yes. Nice, nice, nice. How about you, Coach Ressa?
Okay. Natatawa ako kasi si Miqo nagko-compute ng numbers. I'm so tempted to do the same, pero sige, let's just make it more generic.
No, we're all young.
I should have made that choice.
So in the personal development field, sige, corporate muna. My corporate background is marketing. So marketing, management, strategies. In the past, siguro 10 years, I was also a management consultant to maybe the top 200 corporations in the Philippines and also some global corporate clients. So that was on the professional side. But on the personal development side, I started with counseling. High school, college, peer counselor na ako. So counseling in
Wow.
college and then Christian counseling for 16 years as a volunteer in our church community. But I think it was Celine who said it. Parang there was something kulang. Okay, not naman kulang, but there was something that I was seeing or sensing. Kasi in those years of counseling, I was helping both guys and girls, males and females. But then, and a lot of my Christian counseling was very spiritual because it was part of my church volunteerism.
Males and females.
Okay, may echo. Okay, part of my volunteerism. And I realized that despite the healing that was happening on a spiritual level, there was also a lot of physical healing. When I say physical healing, I'm talking about the 3D plane, no? That
Yeah.
wasn't happening.
I love
Especially
it.
in
May
my own
dimensions
life.
na tayo. May 3D
Oo.
na. May
Oh,
4D.
sorry, in the earthly
You're speaking my
dimension
language.
versus the
I love it.
spiritual dimension, yeah? So, teka, baba ko na yung hair ko, laglag ko na yung hair ko. So, anyway, but it was in 2010, ayan na, Miqo ha, nag-years na ako. 2010 when I first experienced personal development through a seminar called PSI or People Synergistically Involved. Ako, yung mga 90s kids, baka naalala pa yung PSI. Dar, naabot mo ba yung PSI? Anyway,
Sorry.
so PSI, so that's also where I met my then friend invited me, si Coach Edwin, invited me to attend that seminar. Then from there, naging seminarista ako. As in,
Wow.
gastos left and right sa seminars. As in, don't ask me how much I have spent in personal development over the past 11 years. Ha? As in, so T. Harv Eker, Quantum Leap
Wow,
Program.
yeah.
So you'll meet Paula Peralta tomorrow,
Yes,
right? She also
tomorrow, yeah.
graduated from that same course. Ako, ang dami. Tapos Mac Atram, who's also UK coach. Fast forward, hindi. So 2010 was also the same year nagkaroon ako ng vision. So during a meditation exercise, I saw a vision of me standing on stage. Dar, alam mo tong kwento na to na nakwento ko to sa Freedom to Dream. Standing on a stage, standing ovation, and then the audience was all women. And they were like, applaud. Tapos I'm like, pagdilat ko, I'm like, what is that vision? Kasi it didn't make sense. At that time, I was doing a desk job as a marketing executive. That was 2010. And then 2016, this woman, she's a Dutch lady, I helped her in Singapore. Basta, nagkaroon ng konting drama dun sa auditorium. Nag-collapse siya and I helped her. A nurse couldn't help her, but when I took over, something happened. I did something, nakabangon siya. And she was able to perform on stage. So that same woman, hindi ko kilala kung sino siya. She tagged me on Facebook and then that's when I learned about transformology. And when I read it, kinilabutan ako kasi nag-flashback yung memory ko of that vision of helping women. So that was 2016, 2017. So ano na yun I was already an NLP coach. So you met Karel. Karel was actually my
Yes.
barkada. She's my barkada, and she also trained me in NLP back in 2011.
Yes.
I had moved on from NLP. I became a Creatrix transformologist, and then I'm now trained in feminine power. So, ganun na yung evolution ko. It was very clear for me that I had to let go of helping guys. So, kung may mga bellas dyan na sorry na lang, I, it was really my calling and purpose to focus only on women kasi the needs of women are very different. Very different. Kaya yung mga issues, bumabalik-balik. Kaway-kaway, mga bellas dyan, if you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about. Yung mga issues bumabalik sa women because there are a lot of approaches na hindi na-address yung kailangan ng females. So that's why sobrang nag-resonate sa akin, just focus on women, focus on women. Yun lang.
Galing, galing. It's really nice, 'di ba?
Ganda.
Parang revisiting lang din our origin stories and
Yeah, yeah.
um kasi we also want the Bellas to understand like parang this didn't happen overnight, right? I
Mm,
mean, you
mm,
guys where you guys are standing um right now, parang your journey was really like I mean, we all have like different journeys. So, siguro after the origin story, like you shared a little bit about your journey, but maybe um can you tell us more about like what you love about what you're doing specifically about like what's so I mean badly but like what's so special about it, and then at the same time in your immersion of it, was it like easy, hard? Was it ganon?
mm.
Miko, do you want to start first?
Sure.
Shuffle ko lang kayo. Fair.
Volunteero tayo, guys. Okay
Oo,
lang yan.
volunteero.
Go lang ng go.
What I love about the thing that I do, I think it's staying organized and grounded. Kasi, and Dar knows me both personally and professionally, and I have the tendency to um, stay in my head for a lot of time, of hours, even. And when um, I have my own to-do lists and self-management with the help of EOS also, with Dar's introduction to me to EOS, and it really helped me a lot with in terms of what to do next. So it doesn't really mean if you're strategic, it's like, oh, automatically, steps 1 to 10. Sometimes the steps comes in like 6, 4, 8. As in, you go back and forth and just jotting down and planning everything. Um, really helps me in organizing not just my day-to-day activities but my thoughts. On the other hand, iba pa din yung execution. So you have, even though you have a well-planned timetable, another thing pa din yung like the willingness to execute it. I
Yes.
think it's coming from, like full disclosure, vulnerability, into the table na, hindi all the time like perfect since, oh, parang wow, ang organized niya. And being a COO of a retail company, he must be really like put together or something like that. There are a lot of times, the Bellas who are listening right now, there will be struggles, daily struggles. And I think it's finding the joy in what you do that kind of like is the key there. It's like, it's a trick. Parang, syempre pag inisip mo, ano ba yun, nakakatamad naman mag-organize, like jotting down everything in your calendar or time blocking everything. But you really want to find some purpose and joy into what you're doing so that you'll be able to do it constantly and turn it into habit. Diba?
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Miko. How about you, Celine?
It actually resonates with me, like what Miko was saying, that that's true. People think because we're coaches, we're in the field of helping people, we we're put together. We've figured things out. That's not true, because not always true, because we're human still, right? And so
Yeah.
the first thing I love about my journey and where what I do is that I benefit from it. So a lot of what I do, a lot of what I share with my clients, even the workshops that and the activities that I use in my workshops, I've used them all. I've tried them all. I don't give anything that I have not used because I know the power of everything I use. And so, which is why I want to share it with people. Something I remember, and well, I am an experiential learner, and so when I started taking positive psychology, it was one of it wasn't easy in the sense that the journey to take positive psychology wasn't easy because people here don't even know what it is. It's not widely known just yet, and when I took it in 2018, no one was offering it here. I had to look outside. I had to look in the US, Australia. Luckily, I found something that was being offered online. It's just that it was at 10 in the evening for me, 10 to 12. And then when I travel, well, sometimes I once went to Japan and that was like 11 or 12 o'clock. And then because of daylight savings and all of that, and things adjust. But I was so excited by what I was learning that literally, if my class was Tuesday night, I have a Wednesday coaching session with a client. I'd be like,
Wow.
I learned something yesterday. It was so amazing. I tried it out for myself in class. Can we try it out, please? And so it would always be an amazing experience how, the power again, I see how it helps me. Then it's what excites me and what makes me want to share it with other people and use it to help other people around me as well.
Nice,
There.
nice. How about you, Coach Reza?
I-unmute muna ako. Wow. So my journey has been, yeah, long. Parang lumalabas talaga yung age. It was really long kasi diba I started from yung spiritual because of Christian
Yes,
counseling.
yes.
And then all the way down to now that I was focusing to become a coach, parang I was searching, yeah, so you're a coach, now you're a trainer, you're a speaker, but of what? Even finding my niche was a journey in itself. So
Yes.
along the way, so aside from knowing who my destiny client is or understanding who my destiny client is, at the end of the day, I realized my destiny client is somebody like me. In other words, those who have gone through the same SHIT as I did, those who have gone through the same drama as I did, are the very same people who would resonate with me. Di ba? So, and then from there, parang understanding who my destiny client is, it's also me, like growing myself talaga. Kaya nga, di ba, sabi ko, huwag niyo tanong kung magkano na nagastos ko sa personal development and seminars. Di ba? So, even up to now, so like, I think it's Celine, or was it M? Oh, Jazz nagsabi na, coaches need coaches. So like Celine and Miqo, I still am continuously learning. So I still have my online classes for tuloy-tuloy yung development para hindi, just to keep on sharpening the saw. And
Yeah.
I also have my transformology sessions, my creatrix sessions once in a while whenever I come up talaga, But when I discover that I have a new block or I have a new belief, ka-creatrix ko agad para wala ka agad, di ba? Disappear ka agad yung issue. So yun, parang the journey has been all about evolution, sharpening, and clarity. And courage. Pilitin ko talaga ipasok yung courage.
Oh.
So, yun.
Yeah.
Willingness
So,
kasi to make mistakes. Yun eh. The
yeah,
willingness to
willingness
make
to make
mistakes and
mistakes.
learn from them. To say na, so hindi yun. This is not the one for me. Or it looks good on paper, but it doesn't resonate with me. So like even my
Okay.
choice of getting into a data science company as a co-founder, it looked good. It felt good. But I realized it was feeding my ego. Ano lang yun 2015 to 2020 Parang ego ko yung nagbe-build global company, top corporate clients, etc. But even that journey was like, it took me 5 years to realize, yes, it is a wonderful venture to be in one of those leading consultancies, own a leading consultancy, but it was just all ego-based. So that's why nag-let go ako dun and embrace na talaga yung pagiging full-time coach and transformologist.
Since we were talking about planning with courage, parang siguro can you share like how what is your relation how and what I mean hindi na lang how what is your relationship with fear, I guess some sort of opposite of courage, or like what most people
Mm.
would think. What is your relationship with fear, and siguro how do you bring out your own or find your inner courage? We can start. Hindi ko maalala. We can start with Celine.
Si Reza naman.
Si Reza na. Sige, sige,
Okay,
si
okay,
Reza.
okay.
Okay, ikaw start. Ikaw start.
Fine, fine. Um, what's my relationship with fear? I had a lot of fear before. Yun ang siguro masasabi ko na like my head knew it. This is what you need to do. This is what you have to finish. This is what you need to accomplish. But my heart was like, but you have to do this pa. But it's so mahal. But it's nakakatakot. What if it fails? Yada yada. So I had a lot of that before. But now, whenever there is something new, it's been replaced with curiosity and excitement. Curiosity, wonder, and excitement. But I tell you, when what helped me discover was the fear in me before was not me. I realized I had acquired the fearful praning pa nga eh, fearful and praningness. Praningness, may ganun talaga, no? From my mom. It was an epigenetic thing. Parang she transmitted her fears to me. And then when I realized that once, sabi ko, OMG, all the drama that I was saying and imagining were my mom's fears. The moment I recognized that, para ako nabunutan ng malaking tinik. Kasi, ayan, those fears were not mine.
Wow.
And what helped me was to recognize, again, no? I love the false expectations appearing real.
Yes.
Yung akala mo lang mangyayari. And then we know, di ba? What really helped me was, kaya siya lumalaki dahil pinapakain mo yung fear. Di ba? Para siyang wolf na, sige, ito, scary, palaki ng palaki. When I recognized and finally got it, that was the issue of what fear was, talagang parang fear, mayroon pa ba? Siguro takot nga lang ako ngayon sa horror movies. I don't like watching horror movies. As in, kasi part of me knows that the more you watch them, the more you actually invite that energy. So I don't want to watch it. But otherwise, teka, di ba, a relationship with fear, parang sa akin, fear no longer has place, sorry. Fear no longer has place in my
in
life.
your life. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Lord. Ang laki din kasi ng tulong ng faith. So it was really, kaya nababasa niyo itong quote na kalagay. Faith is not believing that God can, it is knowing that God will. So my fear has also been replaced by expectant faith. Na God's got my back. God's got my back no matter what. So yun lang din. End of sharing. Okay, next.
Celine, you wanna go next? Go.
Yeah, I parang nagka-copy paste lang ako eh. So, but even before Reza got to the whole part about faith, I was like, that was my answer. But yes, a few things, like something I had learned, as I learned about psychology, as I learned about more about myself, is that a lot of the things we fear is because we've learned it somewhere. If you think about it, right? If you look at children when they play, there's no fear in the world. Who teaches them the fear, right? It's being told, "Huwag ka dyan, kakainin ka," and stuff like that, right? Or kukunin ka ng ganyan, or huhulihin ka, or whatever, right? And that's what teaches us fear. And so it was kind of like, when I discovered that a lot of the things I was unsure of, I was afraid of, and a lot of the things that makes me anxious is actually the fear of not knowing, right? The fear of uncertainty.
No?
Yeah, the unknown, the uncertainty, right? and feeling like you don't have control over things. And so when I understood that and I was able to give it a name, right? Like the fact that I was able to say, okay, what I'm afraid of in this situation is that I don't know what's going to happen. And then as I built my relationship with God, that's actually what helped me to deal with my fear. It helped me to say, okay, you know what, at the end of the day, things are going to fall into place. You
Yeah,
may not.
right? Diba? Diba?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. And so you may not believe in God, but you might be, you know, there might be a higher power that you believe in,
Yeah.
the universe, whatever it is, right?
Mm.
You know that there's something bigger, something grander than you, um, and that things will eventually fall into place. And you know, when I am, you know, fear is once in a while there. It's not something I've completely conquered. Again, we're human, right? There are situations like going back yung forever kwento ko na wedding ko, 8 times ko minove yung wedding ko, right? So
Wow.
I moved my wedding 8 times, the pandemic hit, and I was like, oh, so kailan ako ikakasal? Ano nang mangyayari dito? How's this all going to happen? And so there is that, you know, you want to kind of feel in control at the same time. So what I do is I focus on what I can control. I focus on what I can actually do. And then the rest I leave it up and I say, you know what, it'll happen. It'll happen exactly the way it's meant to happen. And then I allow myself
Mm.
to be childlike, to have fun
Mm.
and to just enjoy the process and to focus on whatever's in front of me rather than worrying about all these things I can't change and worrying about all these things that I can't do anything about in the first place.
Laking bagay ng surrender, no, Celine?
Yes,
Yes,
definitely.
the
Yeah.
surrender. Yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
in and I'm in that journey. Kailangan ko to practice more surrender.
Yeah.
How about you, Miko?
Nakakatuwa kasi while I was listening, I was reminded of um, how light and happy it is to surrounded by like-minded people because it's been so long since I had a conversation like this and sabi ko parang hindi lang pala yung mga Bellas yung nagbe-benefit sa conversation na to. Kasi kahit ako, parang sabi ko, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I said yes to this. And just hearing everyone talk about their journey and how there are certain similarities kind of like sends you a validation of some sort na oh my gosh whatever you're doing you're just you're doing the right thing. Even yung kay Coach
Mm,
Reza
mm.
yung maraming seminars, di ba, parang I am in that path right now. Like sometimes you just sige ano ang mahal pero sige yes na lang kasi parang it feels like it really resonates with you and it's that you're being led somewhere and then there comes faith also. Like I obviously I have I tattooed it in my right
Yes.
Wow!
arm, so it really means a lot to me. Um and so yeah, I'm going back. Sorry, going back to the relationship. It's kind of like different for me growing up. No, as a psychic, as someone who is sensitive to beings and entities. Fear for me wasn't, well, at least not in the beginning, passed on by my parents. It was literally me being afraid of the entities that I see or the feelings that I feel from different people. And I'm pretty sure that topic is quite taboo to some, but I'm coming from that experience of mine, being, just being vulnerable to everyone. And it was not until I think college when I kind of like embraced the fact that okay, this might be a part of my daily life already,
Yeah.
and so I have to do something about it. And that's when I discovered a lot of um, people also who has the similar experience as mine, and kind of like para siyang na ease yung hindi siya totally nawala pero it kind of like gotten a little bit lighter for me because may kasama ka na. So finding your tribe really means a lot, especially with carrying the burden of whatever fear it is that you have. And it's just wanting to know where you want to go from that point of being afraid. What do you want to happen? Do you want the fear gone? Do you want to wake up and feel like invisible because there's no fear already. And so right now, my relationship with fear, having all those years of addressing the fear and like turning it, transmuting it into love, our brain, our mind really works in a very complex way. So, nag-iba na siya ng approach sa akin. Kasi pag may fear ako, like, okay, if I experience the fear of not being enough or not having enough, I automatically have tools for that. So it's not as if it's automatic yung solution, yung result na parang, wala na ako agad fear. It's not that, but it's, I know exactly what to pull from my tool shed, right? So my mind being it so complex, um, has a new thing right now. Ngayon, it doesn't come to me up front. The fear creeps in very slowly. Like, hindi siya parang, agad-agad ko mafe-feel na parang, natatakot ako, baka this decision would make me broke after 2 months or something like that. It would creep as it would be in the form of self-doubt. Parang bigla kang
Yes.
magda-doubt sa lahat ng decisions na napagdaanan mo, lahat ng decisions na nagawa mo, and you'd question a lot about yourself. Oh, I guess what I'm trying to say is that fear comes in different forms. It comes
Mm.
in different forms. From me, seeing stuff when I was a kid. Hi! And then, suddenly, biglang naging high-pitched yung tone ko, nakita ko ng pusa. From that into a very real and mental battle that you go through every day. And so my relationship with fear right now, it's I read, I think I got this from somewhere. I mean, I think I read this from somewhere na instead of being afraid, instead of like turning it away, welcome it, because it's just like any other emotion. You just open your
Mm-hmm.
heart, ask what it brings you for today, and when it does, show it the way out. Parang,
Yeah.
okay, now
Ganda.
that you've
You've
given me
come.
this,
Yeah. Yeah.
thank you. You may go.
You may go. Yes. Thank
So
you.
you may
You
go.
may go. May bagong language daw. I just
Yeah.
learned today from M na may bagong
Mm,
slang daw yung mga Centennials. Thank you, next.
mm. Thank you,
Yeah.
Narinig niyo
next.
ba?
Yeah. Thank you,
Thank
Thank
you.
next.
you,
And
next.
Medyo matagal na yun, Dar.
Oo
but
nga,
hindi,
yes.
ngayon pa lang siya, guys. Ngayon ko lang siya narinig. First time ko today narinig. Sabi ko, ha? Ano yun? Ano yun? So,
I
ayun.
think it's from
So,
Ariana Grande's song. Thank you,
yeah,
Yeah.
next.
yan na nga daw. Teka. So, sorry, hindi ako updated sa pop culture, but parang naalala ko lang siya. Bago siya for me. Bago siya for me. So, ayan. So, thank you guys for sharing. Like, I mean, I'm sure medyo challenging din sometimes to really talk about our fear. And ako, parang, di ba, it's really like Migo, you guys have talked about how you transmute or change up fear through love, through faith, di ba?
Mm.
Um, since we were talking about planning in this in our in our show today, like
Oo nga
how do
pala,
you
yun yung topic
yun
natin.
pala yung topic natin, guys.
Hindi pala fear. Hindi pala fear.
Hindi fear.
Yun.
how do we how do we plan amidst all the uncertainties? I think Coach Celine, you mentioned earlier now the thing that you're fearful the most is the yung uncertainty that you don't know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
So does planning help you guys in managing all these insecurities, uncertainties?
Yeah,
Who-
definitely. And I'm guessing I'm going first, right?
yes.
So,
Yes, sorry.
Sumagot ka na eh. Touch me.
yeah. Kasi
Touch
parang may
me.
sasabihin pa si Dar eh. Hindi ko alam kung
Go,
parang
go.
she looked like she was going to say something pa. Anyway, yes. So for me, the way I plan is usually I look at my end goal. Especially when it comes to my professional goals. As you've heard from Miqo and Reza, it's not really cheap to be in the professions that we're in. It's constantly learning. It's constantly,
Mhm.
upskilling. It's constantly, I don't know, getting mentorship also. We also have our own coaches. I have my own psychologist as well. So that whole process isn't really cheap, if you think about it. And so, something there, right, which is what you've heard across, from the three of us, is that sometimes if you focus on like, oh, but I don't have this and I don't have that and I can't do this, and the time zone and whatever, right? It will definitely stop you from getting what you want. It will definitely stop you from working towards what you want. So for me, the way I go about it is I look first at the end, the goal. What do I want to achieve, right? And whatever that is. So it was, okay, let's be a positive psychologist. Let's study it. So it wasn't even be a positive psychologist. It's I want to study more about it. And then from there, I work backwards. It's like, okay, what's my timeline? By the end of 2018, at least then, that was my goal. By the end of 2018, I should have taken something connected to positive psychology. So it wasn't even so concrete. It was just that I wanted to study it. And then I work backwards, and then I kind of say, okay, so I should have graduated by this time. I should have been in a course by these months, right? And then maybe by Feb, I should have been talking to like different schools already and all of that. When I kind of have that clear like idea of how to go about it, then I move forward. And so, and when I move forward, I kind of I have this idea of how to go about it, but I don't trap myself in that idea. It's not just like, okay, it has to be this school, and everything has to fall in place for that one school. So as I move forward, I look at all my resources, I look at my options, I look at what's available to me, I try things out. So I tried Coursera, and I was like, nope, not going to flourish in that. This is not working for me. So I tried books, and then eventually I looked at a few schools, and then and looking at a few schools wasn't just enough. I had to talk to people from the schools. And so from there, I found that I was actually changing my path every time. With every conversation, with everything I tried, I would change my path. But what stayed clear to me was, what did I want to achieve by the end of the year? And so the courage for me in that whole planning is really, okay, ground myself in what I want at the end, right? And how I want to grow, how I want to be by the end of the year. And then allow myself to go with the different paths that there might be, because there's never going to be just one right path towards it. And there's never going to be just one clear path towards it. And you've heard all our stories. All our stories change. We were doing different things to begin with. We weren't doing this from the very start. And so, and allowing myself to really just enjoy as I figure things out as I go along.
Ganda. Diba? Parang that you're allowing yourself to figure things out as you go along. So,
May strategic din ako number 6.
may na. Yeah, the strategic panel. Strategic panel. Kasi planning eh. Diba? May planning.
True.
Inisip mo ba yun?
Hindi.
Hindi naisip yun.
Dar didn't know.
Dar doesn't know.
This is guys. This is
Top 5.
meant to be. Kasi I think the schedules change depending on the availability of the coaches. So we had like an original, yeah.
All right.
So I think this is meant to be.
Things fall in place, right?
Synchronicity.
yeah, synchronicity. Agree.
Mhm. So
Siguro-
how about? Sorry, go.
I'll go
Coach
next.
Rezza.
I'll go
Yeah.
next. Funny nga kasi I used to call myself in my CVs marketing strategist, because I used to be very proud of the fact that I was very strategic. Kasi ang background ko, telco, pharma. So yun yung mga industries na pinanggalingan ko, plus management consultancy. So I used to be very anal about planning. So ito sasabihin ko na to. I used to be very anal in planning until the pandemic. It was the pandemic, well, I was already getting hints and signs of it that no matter, so yung mga Miqo, alam mo to, basta yung mga galas who are in corporate, you would know this. Even the best plans need a plan B, plan C, plan D, plan Z, right?
Agree.
Yeah, so even if you have been planning for like a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year strat, minsan 6 months pa lang nabubuwag. Right? So, and it was the pandemic that just made me like, come on, Reza. Growth and transformation is not a linear process.
Mhm.
Okay? It is
Mhm.
never linear. Like what Celine was saying kanina, it can be a roller coaster. It can be loop the loop. It can be cyclical. It can even be a hard stop because you need to stop and change and do something different before you can restart.
Mhm.
So, but we're talking about planning with courage. So, I'm going to share what has changed in me when it comes to planning. Okay? Goal getting and goal setting has been very close to my heart. So my husband and I, we run a 60-day goal achievement or goal fulfillment program called Skyrocket. And then something shifted in me when I realized, number one, goals kasi are very masculine. Very masculine. When I started embracing yung feminine power, that's when I became kinder to myself because I used to beat myself up pag hindi ko achieve yung goals ko eh. Diba? Targets, yung ganito, yung milestones, like what Celine was. I used to have those, like, time frame na dapat I should be like this. I should. It's the should part that was stressing me out. Na I have to be like this. I should be like this. Or I need to get. What I learned to practice was really the beingness first before the
Mhm.
havingness. Havingness or the doingness. It was the being that became important for me first. So when I plan, I gotta be clear if I'm planning this towards becoming what?
Mhm.
To becoming more what? To becoming more kinder, more confident, more successful, more. So I had to re-evaluate my strategy on how I look at life. And one of the most powerful things I have learned is clarity of intention. Intention precedes goals eh.
Mhm.
Clear ka dapat muna. Ano ba talagang muna ang intention mo? Nasaan ang puso mo? Gusto mo gawin to para yumaman lang? Gusto mo gawin to para, is it really just that? Gusto mo ba gawin to para ma-promote ka? For what? For what? You want to do this so that you'll be known for this? What's the intention behind it? So that's where I started shifting gears and being clear about my intentions first. So when I write down my plans, Nax!
May product
Ilabas
placement.
na! Okay.
Ako din eh.
When I kailangan ilabas ang
Dare to be
2022, di ba?
cards. Yes.
Okay. So, okay. Serious again. So when I write down my plans, I first identify what are my life intentions. So when I write, so I'm jumping already, no, planning with courage na kasi ito. When I start, kasi every time I'm about to write in a planner na malinis, I'm so like, ayokong dumihan. Gusto kong maayos yung pagsulat so walang erasures kasi I use pa fountain pens, di ba? Once I start writing, mas nagkakaroon ng power. Kaya, I love that we're talking about planning with courage. Eh. Kasi, I think it was Celine who mentioned this again, no? Parang, hala, nawala yung sasabihin ko. Wait, Centrum. Okay, wait. Wait lang. It's yun, kasi clear na yung intention ko. So when I write, I'm excited. I'm
Mhm.
excited. As in, yes, this is what I want to do for this year, for this month, yada, yada, yada. Excited. And then, I let it go. Why do I let it go? Kasi dun ko pinapractice na yung faith ko. Na trusting, I know, my brain knows what to do, my heart feels what I want to do, but at the end of the day, God's plans are higher than mine, His ways are better than mine. His
Mhm.
timing is perfect compared to my own. So, plan, fill out my planner, and then let go. Kasi
Yes.
most often than not, yung mga binibigay niya, mas bongga pa kaysa dun sa original plans ko.
Correct. Agree. Yeah. I love that. How about you,
Ganda.
Miqo?
Wow. Um, how do I follow that?
Buti na lang nauna ako.
um, as I mentioned earlier, no, siguro I represent a lot of Bellas here who spend a lot of time in their heads, um, thinking about, dreaming, daydreaming, and it's not bad. I always say, dreams are just uh, goals are just dreams with action plans, diba? So it's really the first thing to do, and I really encourage daydreaming. I really encourage you to, because that's where the intention would start. But the thing is, most of the time, there are people that spend a lot of time in their heads, and for me, planning brings me grounding. It grounds me to, what do I really want? What physical form of this principle do I want to experience in this life? Um, I would want to share something. I used to, back in 2019, I think, or no, 2020 pa. Yeah, last year, January, I was 190 pounds, I think. I was almost 30 pounds overweight for my physique. And so I applied what I know about planning, and sabi ko, what do I want to become? Do I want to run every day for like 5 kilometers? Do I want to spend my entire day working out? So it was in the doing that most of the people start planning. But actually, what Coach Reza said really is the way to go. You're being first. You don't goal to play the violin for 2 hours every day. You goal to be a violinist, you know? So what do I want to goal? I wanted to be healthy. I wanted to have a healthy lifestyle. And in so doing, there would be a lot of options instead of just narrowing your choices down. And also, what kind of like my turning point with planning is planning out of love and not out of fear. Although there are a lot of books there, Atomic Habits, Sell It Like Sir Hunt, they would talk about fear being the most powerful driver to your goals, to planning. But for me, medyo, ano siya, no, medyo, what's that term? Sappy or kasi
Cheesy.
love di ba? Cheesy. Yeah.
Uy,
Medyo
gusto
cheesy
natin
siya,
yan.
di
Gusto
ba?
natin yan.
And when I do talks, I get a lot of raised eyebrows, when I start to talk about planning out of love and not out of fear. But really, it is that line that kinds of like determines whether you are doing things out of love and out of fear, and whether you are manifesting or manipulating your life, being,
Yes.
having too
Yep.
much control. And that's, one of the turning points in my life. And to have that, um, lesson to plan out of love and not out of fear. And so instead of me wanting to lose weight because I'm afraid I'd be overweight, or I'd be getting a lot of illnesses and diseases, becoming overweight, I started to plan out of what do I love about life? What do I love about being healthy? It's the feeling of just feeling light, the feeling of not being dragged um, to work or just doing something. And so that's when I started applying also habits, just like what Coach Reza says. Now, you just, when you already have a plan, you leave it up to God or to a higher power. That's where faith comes in. But for me, in order for me to do that, I had to do something physically. So um, I don't know if you're familiar with Atomic Habits. It's like small habits that you
All
do
is
every
possible.
day. Smallest, like you won't even know you're doing it, because the easier the better, the easier the habit, the better it is that your body would accept it. So I started actually with Doak's advice. Dor, if you can remember Doak's advice, just 5 minutes of working out
Yeah.
every day. That what really inspired me. And so what I did that, just 5 minutes, and you don't even have it. You can't make an excuse out of that. Parang mas matagal ka pa yung time mo sa CR or time mo maligo versus just working out or just even
Mm-hmm.
like browsing through your phone. You browse through your phone like for what, 30, 45 minutes minimum? You just work out whatever workout you want, just 5 minutes every day. And that's what I did. I started working out 5 minutes every day. And when I felt like I needed to grow, I moved to 10 minutes and then 15 and then 30. And then within 5 months, I think it wasn't even like the 6 month mark, I already lost 10 kilos
Wow.
from 196 down to 176, I think, in 5 months. And
Amazing.
I didn't even, hindi rin ako nag-change ng diet ko. Hindi ako nag-cut down on anything. It was just working out. And when I felt like I needed to shift more, that's when I started doing intermittent fasting. And so I
Mm-hmm.
lost a lot more, and now I'm in my normal BMI. So, just having the goal in mind, starting with a life principle, the beingness instead of the doing and the having, would get you along the way. And then just attaching micro habits into your goals and then just letting it go. And soon enough, you'll find yourself, in that place wherein you, in the beginning, you couldn't even imagine you'll be there. Right. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not just about losing weight. It's also like saving money or starting a business. It's the tiny
Mm-hmm.
micro habits and where you're coming from. You would want to make sure that you're coming from a place of love, because whatever you produce, it would carry the same frequency as the creator. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there.
Thank you, Miko. Ayan, tama talaga yung sinasabi natin sa chat natin na we can see in the chat na kulang talaga yung 1 hour, guys. But I will have to
I know,
just
right?
cap like one question para maka-final words. Ang coaches natin for tonight, the last question, guys, before we end tonight's session is that final words in terms of your top tip to find courage in these crazy times. So, can you like share? Sorry, super bitin. Dami ko na inalis na questions, but I really love your answers. I learned so much from you guys just tonight. And there, if you guys can share your top tip in finding courage in these crazy times. Um, who wants to go first?
Reza can go first.
Reza,
Nico
go
and I will
first.
copy paste.
Ganon! Teka lang, I am so full of cat hair. Okay, dahil konti lang ang oras natin, this one might sound, cliche, but always remember, fear is always just false expectations appearing real. For me, that is just to remind ourselves, our mind, our monkey brain can easily play tricks on us, can do a lot of chattering and complaining and discouragement and doubt. Yon, discouragement and doubt are the two biggest things that get in the way of us being able to move forward. So to overcome that one, it's remembering your fears are just false expectations appearing real. Tatagalugin ko yan na false in Tagalog is,
Hindi
ano
totoo.
bang Tagalog na false?
Hindi totoo. Peke.
Ayan.
Kasi po tayo.
I was going
Maling
to say
akala.
mali. So, hindi totoo, di ba? Expectations, inaakala. So,
Mhm.
mali na lang yung word para mas
Oo,
nafe-filter. Mali.
maling
Maling akala.
Akala, yeah.
Appearing, nagmumuka. Pag Tagalog, ang sakit pakinggan, no? Ang maling akala, nagmumukhang totoo.
Mhm.
Nagmumukha lang siyang totoo. But actually, this one helps my clients a lot. out of the many fears that you have, how many of them actually came true? Really? All of them? All of them? Most likely, very little. And that's just life proving to you that there are more things that you can experience, manifest, and realize when you just act in spite of fear. T. Harv Eker, I got that from T. Harv Eker. Just act in spite of fear. Even if you're afraid, do it afraid. Because at the end of the day, it is your action and your decision to move forward that will show you what really is possible. Next. Thank you, next.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Next.
Okay.
Nico, do you want to
I
go next?
Yeah, sure, sure. Kasi medyo kalugtong din, no? Just acting in spite of the fear, just doing in spite of the fear. My I think my parting words would be get a pen and a paper and write down that idea. Don't let it sit in your head anymore, because a lot of people who would want to start something, they they wouldn't be able to do so just because they think that it's enough, that it's just in their head. Like when someone asks them, "Oh, I have this great idea and it's in my head." The first step to manifestation is to write it down on a piece of paper for your idea, something mental, something in the ethers, come into reality, come into the physical dimension. And it's by writing it down or by telling someone. So
Yeah.
even if you have fears, even there would be a lot. Again, open your doors, embrace it
Mhm.
like a friend. Ask it what it brings you for today. And when it does, show it the way out. And that's when you
Mhm.
get your pen and paper and write down every single thing that is in your head. And don't worry about figuring things out or organizing things. It will come. Just write it down.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you.
Napa-amen tuloy ako, di ba? Declare mo lang,
As you
ilabas
can
mo
see,
lang dyan.
I have a lot of BDJ planners.
Yay!
And
Yeah.
not exactly
Yeah.
BDJ though. Focus
Yeah.
and
Focus. Everything
and
is possible.
everything is possible. Yan. So
Yes.
yun. That's it.
Thank you, Miko. Coach Celine.
So for me, again, still very connected to what Miko and Reza have been saying. In my words, it would be to lead with curiosity, lead with positive intentions, and lead with love. When you're focused on that, when you're grounded on that, whatever, no matter, whatever you're doubting, whatever you're scared of, if you lead with that, if your intentions are good, right? If what you want for yourself is good, it will happen. The money will come, the right
Amen.
people will come your way. You'll meet the mentors, you'll get connected to the people no matter where they are in the world. um with the If your intentions are good and you allow yourself to try, which is where the curiosity comes in, right? You allow yourself to figure it out, you allow yourself to take whatever path is in front of you, even if the path keeps changing. And again, take it from me, changed my wedding date 8 times and I finally got married.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and mind you, my plan was very different for my wedding. 250 people down to 12. That's counting me and the pastor and my husband. 12 people, right? But the
Talk about
intention
cost
was
savings, di ba?
I became more creative. It wasn't that cheap, but
Ah,
yes.
oh, okay,
but
okay.
but again, right? Keep yourself grounded in love, in positive intentions, and in the curiosity, and then allow yourself to enjoy the process as it happens.
Yeah. Alam mo, dagdag ko lang dyan, no? Kaya ano the line when the student is ready, the teacher will appear.
And
And,
the right one.
the right one, right? The right people, the right timing, the right process,
Mm-hmm.
and even yung just jump and the net will
Mhm.
Yeah.
appear. That's
Correct.
it,
Yeah.
Faith,
Yes.
right?
That's true.
yan. It's really the
Faith
faith.
talaga,
Faith
faith
talaga.
talaga.
And,
So,
and
Very,
some girls might think na parang, oh, it's so easy for them to just jump and then the net will appear. Actually, it's a constant daily thing that you have to take. it's like
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't exempt us as coaches na parang
Mm-hmm.
mas brave na sila right now because
Yeah.
no, it's like it's a constant thing. I tell you, it's
Mm-hmm.
reset every day.
And it's
Yes.
a
You
It's
have
constant
to
something that
say
choice.
it's
yes.
a
We
Say
choose
constant
to
yes
do
to
choice.
so
yourself
every
every
time.
day.
Yes.
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 Correct,
Yes.
correct. Ayan. Thank you so much, guys. I really love this discussion, conversation that we had. Thank you for sharing your time and lessons and learnings and insights to all the Bellas and everyone watching us today. So, guys, don't forget if this if you enjoyed this session, please do share it so some of your family and friends can still watch this for team replay. And again, please do check out our Sweet 16 sale and anniversary celebration in shop.ilovebdj.com. So thank you, Coach Aline. Thank you, Coach Reza. And thank you, Miko. We'll see you guys again.
Thank you,
Thanks
Good
for
thank you.
having
night.
Thank
us.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Thanks,